This is Plant-Based Briefing. For the sake of one meal, have a vegan Thanksgiving and save turkeys' lives. By Landry at changingheartsfarm.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. This is the curated content plant-based podcast where I narrate a variety of articles on healthy, compassionate, and sustainable living with permission in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. And I'm thrilled to read this blog post from Changing Hearts Farm Sanctuary. They're the closest farm sanctuary to where I live. And one of the founders, Rick Solan, his journey started with a health scare, actually, with heart disease and surgery, and then finding the Forks Over Knives documentary and a whole food plant-based lifestyle. He went from being obese to running the Miami Marathon in 2017. And that same year, driven by their empathy for non-human animals, he and his wife began construction on Changing Hearts Farm Sanctuary. It was a pecan tree grove, completely overgrown with brush and weeds and poison ivy, no roads, no utilities, no fencing, nothing. They bought these 18 acres, and the transformation, what it is today, is unbelievable. You can check it out on their website if you're interested at changingheartsfarm.org. I built their website, actually. I'm a Squarespace website designer. It was originally built in WordPress, and I transferred it over to Squarespace for them for ease of maintenance and some other reasons. They also have a tiny house that they are renovating and putting out there for short-term rentals. It's just such a magical place, and to be able to stay in that adorable tiny house right in the middle of this sanctuary, you can bring your dogs. I mean, it's amazing. You can find that information on their website as well. But now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. For the sake of one meal, have a vegan Thanksgiving and save turkeys' lives. By Landry at changingheartsfarm.org. It's that time of year again. The leaves are falling, the temperature is dropping, pumpkin-flavored everything is everywhere, and families are planning to gather and express gratitude for one another and the gifts of life. It's time for Thanksgiving. Estimates are that 68 million turkeys will die for the sake of this one meal. These birds are born a mere 16 weeks prior to being killed and brought to market for the Thanksgiving holiday alone. And according to the USDA, approximately 212 million turkeys in total died in the year 2022. That is nearly one bird per every living adult in the United States. Turkeys bred for consumption live unnatural lives of suffering and misery. Commercial turkeys are kept in close confinement, fed synthetic grain, and grow to a large size in a short period of time. Their beaks and toes are clipped without anesthetics, and those who are too sick or small to be profitable are ground up alive in machines called macerators shortly after birth. At the conclusion of their short lives, these sensitive and intelligent beings are handled roughly, oftentimes kicked or beaten in the process, to be loaded onto trucks en route to slaughter, where many will literally be boiled while still alive. Wild and free, or not to be. Wild turkeys spend their days scratching and pecking around in pursuit of seeds and bugs. They coo and call and communicate with one another in flocks. They free range for up to 2 miles each day. They dust bathe and sun and preen themselves. At night, they roost in trees. Turkeys kept in confinement are unable to enjoy any of these activities. Even on quote-unquote free-range and organic farms, animals are limited in their capacity to express their natural instincts and desires. Start a new tradition. Turkeys needn't suffer for others to celebrate. We can hold true to the annual ritual of Thanksgiving without following outdated traditions that involve the unnecessary suffering of sensitive, intelligent beings, especially now when so many cruelty-free alternatives are available online and at the grocer. Check these out linked here. Some services will even deliver a fully prepared meal to your doorstep. Or explore the endless array of satisfying and tasty plant-based recipes available online. Start with this link here for Thanksgiving-specific ones. You just listened to For the Sake of One Meal, Have a Vegan Thanksgiving and Save Turkeys' Lives by Landry at changingheartsfarm.org. And I'm Marian Erickson, your host. And one thing we started doing years ago was adopting or sponsoring a turkey from a farm sanctuary for Thanksgiving. Basically, you're donating or sponsoring with a monthly contribution to the farm sanctuary in the name of one of their particular turkeys. Then you can print off a photo of that turkey and put them at the center of your Thanksgiving table. It is a really good visual reminder for people who are not vegan to really see what these birds are like, that they're intelligent, feeling, emotional beings. Tomorrow's episode covers 12 facts about turkeys, and I think what I'll do is I'll summarize those in a little printout that I can print and put on the back of our photo. And I'll put that on my website or in the show notes if other people want to access just the little bullet point summary from tomorrow's article to share with people. So if you want to sponsor a rescued turkey at a farm sanctuary, you can just Google and a number of them will come up, or you can go to changingheartsfarm.org and sponsor their turkey, Berta. She is a beautiful, sweet little female. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this post, this sanctuary is near and dear to my heart, and they probably, like all of them, can use any kind of donation, a one-time donation, or an ongoing, recurring sponsorship. Ongoing is best, of course, even if it's, $5 or $10 a month, but a one-time is fine as well. A one-time sponsorship for Thanksgiving would be a wonderful gift too. Anything you can donate to sanctuaries, whether it's one-time or recurring, is absolutely needed to help with the enormous costs. There's obviously the food, hay, feed, fresh produce. There's equipment like hoses and feed bowls and harnesses and leads and toys. Definitely incredible medical bills and veterinary care, grooming care, hoof trimming, that kind of thing. And of course, the property itself, the shelters, the fencing, the gates, the structures, all that stuff. So if you have a sanctuary you're aware of, please see if you can adopt a turkey for Thanksgiving. Or feel free to check out Changing Hearts Farm. You can also check out their website and book a vacation at their sanctuary tiny house as well. That's at changingheartsfarm.org, and please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.